We'll spend the rest of the day up here.
Heriberto, Eileen, Pepito, mucha fila. Salud. Hi, welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. Please don't sit on the escalator. Can you stand up? Thank you.
Snack, you want to get here too?
Our tour is 1 hour.
The tram goes for your safety. Also make sure you're wearing reading glasses. If you don't have a pair, make sure you raise your hand. This will be your only stop to get reading glasses. Otherwise, just make sure everybody gets each pair. So raise your hand if you don't have them. Remember this tour to our classes and you'll be able to get a pair of reading glasses. You might be wondering who is that incredible voice? Well, hi, my name is Rachel. I'm here to guide today as we're heading to the back one. Your driver's name is Annette. Can I get one big hey, Annette? Annette says hi back. Now, folks, I'm Rachel. You have Annette as your driver. It's also pretty cool. Take a look on your right-hand side. The beautiful San Fernando Valley. Some of the movie sets we're being explored today. Everything that's all bright, shiny, and blue. So we love it. Everything that's dark and shadowy. It just looks really, really sweet. We don't know that. What's pretty cool about our backlights, it's typically very light and decorated canvas for our filmmakers. So they get design.
All right, y'all, please wipe your hands off the end legs. Let's close the gate.
Just September 60th anniversary. And we reach a surprise film opportunity, so stay tuned. It's hard to get to know everybody right now. Do you have any birthdays on board the train? Any birthdays? Happy birthday! Oh my gosh, we have a lot of birthdays today. Do we have any anniversaries being celebrated today? Anyone celebrating an anniversary? Congrats, if so. Any first dates? Any last dates? Yeah, we'll figure that out the next 45 minutes. And we're on the way. Let's wave goodbye to those people waiting in line. You're never going to see them again. You're stuck with me forever. Now, my name is Rachel. Your driver's name is Annette, and we're on the road, which means it's time to go over some safety rules. First, if you need guest assistance, or we're having a medical emergency, or we promptly evaluate on the side of the tram, or any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red e-cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated and keep your arms and legs out of the vehicle at all times. Remember to use the red cord above your head if you need any assistance. The studio is private property, so at any point during the tour, you drop your phone or feel need to use the restroom, I need you to pull that red e-cord overhead to get my attention. I'll be back to assist you, but a reminder, you must remain seated on the tram. Please no smoking of any kind on the tram today. Be prepared. Our tour today features loud noises, some tram movements, fire effects, and many water effects. You have your cameras out for great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so that they don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and for those around you, please do not use 76 while on board. Let's get our 60th on the road to kick it off. The host of the Tonight Show, our master of ceremonies, Jimmy Fallon.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome aboard the world famous studio tour. I know what you're thinking. Why the tux? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. That's right, 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white shark as we celebrate our diamond anniversary today. behind the scenes to discover why this studio tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no other.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. Now on March 15, 1915, our founder, Carl Lilly, into the studio to watch Sunday movies movie. Guests could walk from set to set, marvel at the new technology involved in filming a movie mention of sound, and over why not set the original walking tour endings. In the 1960s, the leadership of company chairman Lou Wasserman executives endorsed and Stein an idea of providing a tour of the studio tour with the Breland customers, originally based on Henry Gates. July 15th of 1964, the very first of our red-white Kennedy straight to the Lambert trams took 67 passengers on a 2-hour driving tour of the Universal World Studio. We started with 2 drivers like that, 1 guy like myself, 2 guys like myself, Rachel, and 1 ticket seller working out of a trailer on Lincoln Boulevard. From there, our tour expanded with fantastic behind Hollywood, Oregon, take the rock slide and the burning house, which are in this area on the background in 1970s and 80s. We might have our trams here on a pretty cool tram right now. It's one of our super trams, dressed up in a throwback style to commemorate our 60th anniversary. Now, the red and white candy stripe on top of this tram was decorated by Harper Goff. Harper Goff was a well-known Hollywood art director and set designer. Worked on movies like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from the Art was known for his fantastical designs. Not to preview upgrade from those glamour trams to our super trams. They allow us to carry more guests and experience more thrills. And in 2000, we added an onboard video, which turns this tram into a movie theater on wheels. And in the past 5 years, we've gone electric. Now, as we descend our Universal timeline, we're going to be entering our front lawn, touring our production offices, post-production offices, and sound stages. Rooms that are about 98 to 99% soundproof where the majority of the filmmaking process takes place. We can control our conditions of a soundstage better than anywhere else in the world. And filming in sound stages like Soundstage 12, what's on your left-hand side, originally constructed in 1928, used in movies like Broadway, Frankenstein, Dracula, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park. More recently, that was The Home of the Voice on NBC. Let's take a look back at all the cool things that filmed in that soundstage. Now right there to see what the inside of a soundstage looks like inside it. At the moment though, we are bridging the gap between theme park and movie studio. On your right hand side is Super Nintendo World, one of the stars of our biggest film of 2023, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's also where studio tour guests will find the opportunity to explore facets of Hollywood not accessible over the 1960s. In the 60s and 70s, they can visit the office of Oscar Writing costume designer Edith. You can also drive through the Prop Warehouse on the tram. By the 1980s, this was the home to the Preview Center, a popular stop on the studio tour that included our special effects stage. Now, speaking of stages, we're going to be passing by some sound stages on your left-hand side. Home of productions like Bel Air, which is the dramatic reboot of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, stars Jabari Banks and Holly Sholton. You can watch it back on Peacock. We are filming some more seasons for you all right there. But it's also pretty cool. Why don't we let the stars of the show take it away?
Entering the front line, where how the magic is living. Now, inside the sound stages and surrounds for the past 60 years, studio tour visitors have driven right by these buildings, and inside these walls, the sets from your favorite TV shows and movies have transported audiences anywhere the imagination can take you, even to a palatial mansion in Bel Air. When we film Bel Air, we love coming out of the sound stages and seeing the trams filled with excited guests as they drive by. So, keep an eye out. You never know. We'll see you on the studio tour.
Thank you so much, Jabari. Not only they film in sound stages 7, 8, 14, that's on your left-hand side, currently home to Bel Air Academy. It's also where we film things like Superstore, starring America Ferrera. In Jurassic Park, if you've seen that movie, you might remember Dr. Grant is in the tree with a teetering SUV, where the kids get seized upon by a brachiosaur. That is where we filmed it. Now that movie stars Jeff Goldblum. He's in a new upcoming movie of ours coming out this November, the Wicked movie. It also stars Cynthia Erivo as Alchemy and Ariana Grande as Limited Witch. Now we're going to be passing by some more sound stages on the road. Home of productions like Based on a True Story, starring Kaylee Cuoco, Christmas Eve shows in Soundstage 16. And Soundstage 19, home to productions like Killing It, starring Craig Robinson, The Classic Spy, starring Ted Danson. It's also where we filmed our Academy Award winner of the year, Oppenheimer. We were nominated for 30 13 awards. We won 8 of them, 7 of which went to Oppenheimer, which is one of those Oval Office scenes in TED Station 19. And also watch Oppenheimer on our Peacock platform. Now, it's pretty cool about the background and our movie studio sets right here. We're not the only ones based here at Universal City. A lot of other production companies like to call our city home. To kind of kick off these production offices on your left-hand side, the CEO and founder of Illumination, Chris Malamonte.
In the early days of the studio, these bungalows were used as dressing rooms to the stars of Hollywood's golden age. Now, they're used as offices where some of Hollywood's top directors, writers, and producers work their magic to get a production ready, including my company, Illumination. At Illumination, we've made some of the most successful animated films in box office history. They made Despicable Me, The Lorax, Secret Life of Pets, Minions, Saint, The Grinch, and the Super Mario Brothers movie. And the team is hard at work again as we launch our next film, Despicable Me for
for a group area devoted to filming in major cities and small towns. We have anything you need to do that. We have alleyways and streets is one of our Academy Award winners this state, which are in December celebrating its 50th anniversary. We have a financial district, we have a tool district, and our very own Macy's. Anytime you need to film outside of a Macy's. We also have parks like our Central Park. It'll be coming up on your right hand side from Billie Eilish's 2021 Amazon Prime Night. On one side of it though, you're going to see a new hospital created for St. Dennis Medical. How cool is this? You can watch it coming out this fall. On the other side though, you're going to see our Brownstone Street. This is a residential neighborhood. It's been used in movies like Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and Bruce Almighty. You also might know the street we're on in particular. If anyone is a fan of the Back to the Future films, this is where Marty McFly went 88 to go back to the future.
Welcome to the Courthouse Square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods, 1985, 1955, and the far, far distant future, 2015. To this day, this is one of the most popular sets on the Universal Studio Tour.
We had a lot of fun making those films here on the lot. I wonder what it'd be like to go back to those days. If only we had a time machine.
Hey everybody, do you think we can get this tram up to 88 miles per hour?
Let's hit it, Annette.
See you in the future.
We are going to be entering Courthouse Square from Back to the Future, where Doc Brown and Marty McFly harness that bolt of lightning to send Marty back to the future with that new time machine. Speaking of it, right here in Courthouse Square with Doc Brown. Hey Doc, how's it hanging?
Back in 1925 is where I sent Marty McFly back to the future. And that's what we're going to do with you right now. What do you say, my friends? Are you ready for our time-traveling experiment? Okay. All we got to do is get this baby up to 8 miles an hour, and we'll see you in the future.
All right, we best not disrupt the space-time continuum any longer. We will see you in the future, Doc Brown.
The future is what you
Courthouse
make
Square is a facade that was built in the 1940s. It will look a little different than it did in the movies. That's because our facade became a little too famous. We were not able to film anything else here future. So back when we started filming Ghostbusters for CBS, we put a brick exterior on the outside of the building called a facade. Now, a facade is basically an unfinished building. You'll ever see an example of a facade coming up on your screen. So all these buildings you're seeing right now are also facades. We cannot film inside them. They are completely hollow. They will look like this on the inside of them, unfinished buildings. That's why we have our sound stages, rooms that are soundproof by 98 to 99%, and they're a little easier to film in than a small, cramped building like these where it is not fully finished. Now, what's also pretty cool, we're on our New York street now. We've seen a lot of famous music videos like Jungkook from BTS's 7 music video, Britney Spears' To Go music video, and Lady Gaga's Edge of Glory music video. Other things like film here, American Ninja Warrior, filmed right here on our New York street, and TV shows like Quantum Leap, The Reboot. What's also pretty cool, this used to be the home to a studio tour classic. To tell you a little bit more about it, is one of the stars of the 2005 version of King Kong, Jack Black.
Did you know the Metro Central was one of Hollywood's biggest stars? Right here is where the original studio tour King Kong attraction resided from 1986 until 2008. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. Over the years, millions of guests got to meet King Kong face to face as he shook the tram. So close you could feel his hot banana breath.
Speaking of former attractions, we have a bunch of them we're going to be pointing out to you all today. So why don't we let George and Ryan Lopez tell you a little bit more about their favorite attractions on the tour.
The studio tour has changed over the years. Each generation has its favorite moments and memories, whether it's the rock slide or the ice tumble. Who do you like the ice tumble?
One thing that hasn't changed has been family sharing one of a kind behind the scenes events together.
Speaking of former attractions, very short, we're coming up on your right hand side. We're going to have 2 pretty iconic ones. The Wonder Why You Train and the Classic Bridge. The Classic Bridge is one of the attractions to watch the next support beams for split that bridge would seem to collapse. The runaway train was originally located in our western sense at Eastern Portal towards the track and come to a screeching halt. Those are retired events made for the tour nearly 50 years ago, but check it out, some of them still work. Our runaway train has this beautiful smokestack that is still working, and that bell, check it out. Now, speaking of attractions, I think it's time for us to get involved in some monkey business. Before we do that, we should try to be as safe as possible. We don't want things going bananas. So here's your reminder, to remain seated, keep your arms and legs to the trim. You're welcome to take pictures. If you're going to take pictures, though, make sure you turn off your flash photography, which can be a little disturbing for the guests around you. And this dark scene we're going to be entering. Also, I can assure you, as someone who rides this several times a day, it will be a bumpy ride. So if you have any belongings right now that are a little loose, sunglasses, hats, phones, and cameras, I really recommend securing them. We don't want to lose anything or anybody as we enter Skull Island.
I like films that just take away from your real life and sweep you up into the action. Can't literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to the Lost Island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. It was great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you don't have to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just put them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island. We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality of Kong, and he's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster, he is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature of Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive, they're full of emotion. His eyes are
also Maxim Maxim Macro today. And that's what's really cool with the race rates over 40 feet tall, 180 feet long. Was brought to you the first and over at Rena Effort 217 Academy Awards for your work. There is a few movies that picked up like Avatar, Avatar the Way of the Wind, Avengers Endgame, and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now we are in a little more of a European location than the rest of our metro sets. This is great location filming things like Marvel's Agent Carter, which filmed here. We also had Michael Bublé's Christmas in Hollywood film here. And also we had a film recently used in the upcoming film Ty West X trilogy called Maxine. Follows movies like X and Prom by A24. It is produced by Ty West and also stars Will Goff. Now what's also pretty cool about this location, we're using all sides of our metro sets. Even though these buildings are sides, we can also film on the back sides of them too. On your left-hand side, we have this great area. You can see how this great, this is an incredible area for filming things like Pink's Walk Me Home music video. Also, if anyone is a fan of the Fall Sailor promo where we had Ryan Gosling driving around our property with a bunch of stuff, then they did a bunch of donuts right there. On your right-hand side, though, you're going to see an awesome mural painted by Tristan Lee, a colorful tribute to our Universal monsters. Universal is collectively known overall as the home of the horror film and the monster movie. Giving you monster movies from the 1930s like Frankenstein's Bride, the Wolfman, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Invisible Man, and hey, if we're lucky, we'll see it very shortly where a lot of those monster movies filmed. On your right-hand side is going to be another mural. It was pretty cool because this is the current home of The Voice on NBC. You can watch season 25 coming out now. The newest coaches are Dan and Jay. They have a brand new double chair. Returning coaches include Reba McEntire, also John Legend, and Chance the Rapper. Now, in front of those sound stages for The Voice, which are 33, you're going to see a body of water. This is what we like to call our Hollywood Ocean. Here in 1973, we introduced the parting of the Red Sea to the studio tour. Inspired by the Paramount picture, The Ten Commandments, the star of the movie, Charles Heston, made an appearance to part the waters for our guests, giving everybody on board a sea level view. Also a part of the action of the lake, there have been exploded water bikes, torpedoes, and prop submarines.
Overloaded. Tell them they can walk on water as part of the tour.
We're not the only ones celebrating an anniversary this year. This year also marks the 70th anniversary of the 3D classic movie, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, which filmed in our Hollywood Ocean. The anniversary of horror films and monster movies, searching from Dracula, 1931, to the upcoming Dark Universe at Universal Epic Universe, opening next year in Orlando. Now, speaking of monster movies, I think it's time we should enter some of our monster movie sets called Little Europe. The reason it's called Little Europe is because it can be anywhere in Europe we need it to be. Great for our Universal monster movies taking place in countries just like Paris and Bavaria. Also Transylvania like Dracula. Dracula is kind of universally seen as our first Universal monster movie. However, in 1923, we had an even more monster-esque movie that came out. It was The Hunchback of Notre Dame, starred Lon Chaney as the Hunchback. It just celebrated its 100-year anniversary this last year. But monster movies like Dracula, played by Bela Lugosi, and Frankenstein, as played by Boris Karloff, like to call this movie set we're entering right now home. However, you've also seen it on your TV screens a little more recently than the 1930s, that's right. Congratulations, you made it to the good place. That's right, we're in the good place, which is also Genovia. 2011 Muppets movie where Kermit and Miss Piggy have an emotional conversation about the relationship, and where we found one of our Academy Award winners, All Quiet on the Western Front. It's also where we filmed Rogers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, starring Whitney. That's all we filmed while we're here. Also, great location to film things like a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and one of our Academy Award winners, All Quiet on the Western Front. So as you can see, it's Little Europe because it can be anywhere in Europe. We need it to be room for our Universal Monster movies, which those winding streets is a perfect environment for a crowd of angry villagers to chase some of our monsters with. Now, to film a Universal Monster movie, it's going to take quite some time to get that makeup on. Boris Karloff, who played Frankenstein's monster, spent 4 to 6 hours every single morning in that makeup chair. He filmed on set for about 10 to 12 hours every single day. Could go on after that, spend another 2 more hours to take that monster makeup off. And you notice we're in front of a soundstage. When we enter a soundstage right now, we made a special agreement with a production that's filming here today to, while they're on their lunch break, give you all a little bit of a behind the scenes of what they're filming. Now, this is a top secret project, so no spoilers to those who are in the outside world, but take a look at this. All set up to the BART station in San Francisco. It's actually Hollywood's only 2-level center scene. So on this ground floor, you see this BART station above ground. It's just a really cool cityscape, so you can get a good idea what it looks like. This is cool. We get to see actually every part of the production, which is great. Now we have a wardrobe, our set designers, props department, our director's chair is right in the middle next to the director of cinematography, who would be our DP, as you might say. Don't our folks are in California, it's just the tremors, we're used to it. November, will be celebrating its 15th anniversary. Stars like Charles Heston, Richard Roundtree, and Ava Gardner. Should also let you know, speaking of 50 years, it's about the halfway mark. The 100 years, we're also at the halfway mark of our tour. Here is your reminder to remain seated during the entire tour. The studio is private property, so when I'm during the tour, you drop your phone or can't leave this restroom. Pull the red E-cord overhead to get my attention. I'll be back to assist you when you're ready. You must remain seated on the tram. And when we're feeling nice and safe, we're gonna head on over to my safe place, Amity Island. Underwater right now, George. That's not George. George! George! George, get out of the water. I don't think George is getting out of that water. He might not be there, so we're gonna hide behind these barrels again. So no one move a muscle, please. Oh no, so many cartoons just moved. Works well. He works so well. Take a look at him right now. He's doing the backstroke. Mechanical shark working out. I think it's shark using tools. I'm not starting the first day of filming. There were so many issues with that production. The cast and crew nicknamed it Flaws. This is a practical effects demonstration. We get to see things that were very, very real. Speaking of practical effects, we should head on over to a part of the studio where we've had a practical effects demonstration since 1968. To kind of kick it off for you is the Today Show co-host and weather anchor, Al Roker.
Time for my favorite part of the tour. Well, when it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968. With a 100% chance of rain. The flash flood.
To get our weather started, we have our heater. There's a sound of the field relax. You're not really wondering it's so good. Baby, our record is the weather. It's still to the element culture. If you want to get reports, like gravity. They shut up in here using speakers. It comes back down. It's recycled her injuries. Here's your camera's right. Depending on what angle you're looking at, it's a little hard to see. No worries. Instead of back on, you can zoom instead of turn it up. Now, from old Mexico to the Old West, welcome to 6 Points, one of our oldest locations on the property. Not only filming old westerns here, new westerns as well. The saloon/opera house on your left-hand side with the blue columns. That's where we filmed Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Academy Award winner Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. That is what we like to call a practical set. That is a building you can film on both the interior and exterior. But the rest of these buildings, though, they are facade. They are buildings that you can only film on the outside of them. Actually, I have a great example of what that saloon interior looks like coming up on your screen in just a second. 3, 2, 1. And there it is. That is exactly what that saloon looks like inside of it. The door is partially open, but I thought I would give you guys an actual look at what that saloon looks like. There's a bit of a battle here between Timothy Olyphant, Luke Perry, and Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, the reason we call this location 6 Points is that there are 6 different streets here. Back when we filmed our silent western movies, we were able to film 6 movies at the same time. So we released over 200 movies in our first year as a production studio. Now, back when we filmed our silent films, though, we invited audiences in. They cheered on our good guys and booed our bad guys. watching from observation decks on top of each one of these buildings. However, once we started making our talking pictures, aka talkies, we did thus remove them until 1964 when our tour opened up. Now, while you're looking at these buildings, I want you to take a look at the doors. You might notice something in particular. Some of them a little smaller than they appear in your houses. It's because some of your Western stars were short, like me. And in order to make them appear tall and big and burly, sometimes we lower the door frame to do that little trick of the camera. Now, we worked with a lot of famous people at Universal, so many which we sometimes actually like naming streets after them. We're on James Stewart Avenue right now. We're going to be soon turning on to Stevens Wilbur Drive, which is one of the longest roads on our property. Pretty emblematic of our long-standing history with the director. We're going to get an aerial shot of Amity Island, which means we're going to see it from high up and far away. So why don't we let Steven tell you a little bit more about the creation of our Jaws attraction at the studio tour.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws was opened in 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of the ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a great tremendous designers and works trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical truck that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the trash. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
Now, coming up on your right-hand side, we have another great example of a practical set. This is where we had Dolly Parton's Best Little Warehouse in Texas film, where she sang her famous musical number, and I Will Always Love You. It's also where we filmed Quantum Leap in 1993, the reboot of it in 2023, and LMFAO's Sorry for Party Rockin' music video. Right behind it, though, I was talking about how facades are basically unfinished buildings. Well, you actually great glimpse of what a facade looks like inside of it. Again, it is a half of a house. The facade is a French word, just means front. Now, we do have some also cool locations on your left-hand side. If you take a look at these residential neighborhoods, you might recognize it as our Colonial Street, aka where we filmed The Desperate Housewives. This was Wisteria Lane right here. It's also more recently we filmed it as Candy Cane Lane in the Amazon Prime movie that stars Eddie Murphy and Tracy Ellis Ross and Penn Marino. Now, from suburban neighborhood to suburban neighborhood, on your left-hand side are the signs to the Lion Estates. If you're a fan of Back to the Future, I remember that's where Marty McFly lived in the Back to the Future films. Well, we have brought these out for our 60th anniversary. Pretty cool thing about these locations, it's filmed a real neighborhood, very close to where we are right now, the Universal City. You also may remember it from the quote, "Live in the home of tomorrow, today." I think it's pretty fitting that those signs are on Stevens Wilbur Drive. He was a producer on the films, and he started working with us and visiting us at Universal when he was only a kid.
My relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus, and I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. And when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. In those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
Seems fitting that we should enter on a Steven Spielberg set. So we're going to be entering his War of the Worlds set. This is a real 747 plane that we have transformed into an airplane crash site. Now, this plane, we got it from an airplane graveyard in the Mojave Desert, so we were not allowed to fly it on over here. It was decommissioned, so we had to chop it up into the 4 pieces you will see very shortly to fit onto 4 flatbed trucks. That is also why there is no roof on the plane to find a way to fit under our highway pieces. Now, it cost us $60,000 to buy the plane, and then $200,000 to ship it over here. shipping and handling fees, right? That's always where they get you. But we have not only used it for War of the Worlds, we have to make use of our property here. Which is why you might also recognize it from an episode of Community in Season 2 called Paradigms of a Human Memory, a Key and Peele sketch called Boarding a Plane Shouldn't Be This Hard, and a Nicki Minaj music video called Fly, starring Rihanna. Also, a bunch of insurance commercials, an America's Next Top Model runway challenge, and a great location to train search and rescue dogs. Pretty cool. Now, also on your right-hand side, pretty cool location, the original Psycho house from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. It is a scale house built on 3/4 scale, which makes it appear larger from farther away. Speaking of scale replicas, coming up on your right is a scale replica of the Hollywood sign, built in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce for Hollywood. If you want a photo with it, well, this is your opportunity to step off onto the lawn. Now, this is going to be a limited stop for a limited time. You'll be disembarking for some fun once-in-a-lifetime photo opportunities. If you disembark, take your personal belongings, including your 3D glasses, when you're ready to continue on with the tour. There's a chance you could be boarding a brand new train with a brand new studio background. Make sure you have your belongings. If you disembark, though, also check out the Universal Cinematic AR filters. You can scan the QR codes found on the 16 signs for Jaws or King Kong, or visit our Instagram page at Uni Studios and create your own iconic Universal experience. Now, as you disembark for the tram, please walk towards the front of the tram and have fun. My name's been Rachel. Your driver's been Annette. Key appeal sketches for Comedy Central that have filmed all over our property. Your next 60th anniversary guest is Jordan Peele.
I remember going to Universal Studios when I was 12 years old, feeling this feeling of wonder. One of my first trips to Universal Studios, seeing the Jaws ride. One of my favorite movies of all time. Just feeling like, that's him. That's the Jaws. Like, I don't even know if that is the Jaws. I hope it is. Sharing space with Hitchcock and Spielberg, I couldn't be more proud.
Seems fitting that we should enter one of Jordan Peele's sets. We're going to be entering his Nope set of Jupiter's Claim, originally built in Agua Dulce. Jordan Peele was kind enough to actually let us move it on over here, have it open the first day the movie was released. Why don't we let Kiki Palmer tell you a little bit about the movie Nope?
What's up, Studio Tour? I'm Kiki Palmer from Jordan Peele's film Nope. What's a bad miracle? Well, you'll have to see our movie to answer that one. Until then, I hope you enjoy your visit to Jupiter's Claim.
Did you see a UFO in that cloud?
Yeah. No.
I ain't never seen nothing like this.
No.
Are you ready? Run!
Oh, yeah. No. No. No.
Hell no.
No.
Now, our Nope set of Jupiter's Claim was production designed by Ruth DeYoung. You also might know Ruth DeYoung from her work on movies just like Us and Oppenheimer, our Academy Award winner of the year. So before we head on back to our theme park, I think it's about time that we enter this small-time California amusement park.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jr. Over there, look into the Winky Room and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Wow. A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show.
Alrighty folks, that's going to be a note from me. Let's get out before anything bad happens to us and head on over to a part of the studio where we once had an attraction known as the Doom Glacier Expedition, now known as the Ice Tunnel, as featured in an episode of the $6 Million Dance, right? Lee Majors with the Andre the Giant as Bigfoot the Tramp will climb to an imaginary elevation of 12,000 feet. The only way back to the theme park was through the ice tunnel where the slightest sound could trigger an avalanche, and it always did, causing those walls to spin for guests to tilt along with that Hollywood special effect. Now when we had the ice, I'm so sorry folks, I just got a secret message that apparently someone on this tram has witnessed a crime perpetrated by an international criminal named Owen Shaw. We're gonna lay low here. This is Sullivan's Garage. It's owned by Dominic Toretto and his crew. We have some friends here who can help us out. And look, oh wait, here's some things that can also help us out. The safety rules. Yeah, that's right. This is your reminder to remain seated, keeping those arms and legs to the tram. Now we have some friends here who can help us out. And look, here's one of them right now. It's Roman Peters.
Hey, yo! You just got here. All right, I got it. Well, listen, hello, beautiful people, particularly you right there next to the third row. How you doing? You good? My name is Roman Pierce. Nice to meet you. Buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you in Shaw for a while. Brought you in our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy. It's all good. More American. Especially you right there in the third row. Work of art back over there is made on my man Ted. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels.
See what you bring it down to.
What's that?
You had one job to do, and one. Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you. But to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here. So put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone will give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bag and meet you in there.
So I'm gonna say the third row right there. You saying
Alrighty folks, in the next day there's a bit of a party happening, which means we'll need to go undercover to hide our witness. Feel free to put those hands in the air like you just don't care and party!
This is what we doing. This is the race day after party. And where the other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Bill?
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got you. It's like that. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. And I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of...
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
It was on vibrate.
Sure traced us. Ops can't hold it forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Alrighty, folks, in the next bay there is going to be a bit of a chase scene, so things in here might get a little fast. So before anyone gets furious, I need you to put on your 3D glasses, hold onto your belongings, and turn off your flash photography.
This is our turn. So for one last time, here is Jimmy Fallon.
Over the past 6 decades, the studio tours have been guest on an amazing behind-the-scenes look at a movie studio in a way that only Universal can. I hope that you had a great time today, and on behalf of everyone at NBC Universal, thank you for joining us to celebrate our diamond anniversary. Here's to another 60 years.
Thank you, Jimmy, and thank all of you for celebrating 60 years of the studio tour with us. Our 60th anniversary is special because the studio tour is where it all began for Universal Destinations and Experiences. From 2 glamorous rounds traveling around the studio lot in the summer of 1964, we developed into so much more, including 7 parks entertaining millions of guests every year, the upcoming Universal Epic Universe opening in 2025. I'd also like to acknowledge the studio tour ambassadors, subscribers, and studio guides through our history who helped us make this tour world famous, from our first 4 guides and drivers to the hundreds of team members who support the tour today. Tour pass members, thank you for being with us. If you are not one, head to the Universal box office to see how you can upgrade to an annual pass and come back again and again. Make sure you've downloaded the Universal Studios Hollywood app where you can find information about today's park hours, wait time, mobile food ordering, and more.
Time to rock and roll. Bring the noise. Bring our name.
You know you make me In the county jail, prison I was down and began to wail. The band was jumping and the drum began to sway.
Christmas Chronicles?
Out there, but sing, let's rock.
Christmas on Christmas Chronicles.
Everybody, let's rock. Everybody on the block. Who's dancing through the jailhouse?
Yeah, and thank you so much and good night.
To purchase any of the NBC Universal movies or TV shows from your tour, visit www.upht.com or ask today any one of our retail stores. On behalf of Annette, your driver, myself, Rachel, and everyone else here at NBC Universal, Universal Studios Hollywood, we hope you've enjoyed this exclusive behind-the-scenes Hollywood experience. Has been 60 years in the making. If you have any questions for me about the theme park or the movie studio, feel free to meet me by the digital studio directory. Happy to answer any and all of them, and as we like to say in Hollywood, that is a wrap.